Hi everyone and welcome to SIRAtrack.co.za. My name is Charles and I'm the co-founder and CEO of SIRAtrack. Thank you for taking the time to join me today with today's discussion, and the topics that will be discussed today will start with what SIRAtrack compliance is actually all about and how it can help you as a security company in South Africa. I will then follow with two short video clips explaining the platform as well as exploring the actual platform content and features. I will then close with a quick talk on the new Firearm Regulations Act 2026. This webinar session will only be about 20 to 30-minute duration, so it will not be too long today, but we'll keep it sweet and short. Okay, so let's talk about something that affects every single security company in South Africa, and that's SIRA compliance. More specifically, I want to introduce you to SIRAtrack, a digital platform that was built specifically for security companies and stay compliant and avoid fines and run their operations with a lot less stress. And compliance admin, certificate renewals, inspections, and paperwork take up more of your time than it should. And across spreadsheets, files, reminders, group messages, not even to speak about people's inboxes. As your business grows, that risk grows with it, and suddenly compliance becomes something that you're worried about instead of something that should be under control. Most security companies start with spreadsheets, file folders, WhatsApp group messages, maybe a calendar alert or two, and in the beginning it feels manageable. But then the business grows and you get more guards, more sites, and more certificates. You feel more pressure, and suddenly you can't keep track of everything, and it's a full-time job. And even then, things get messy. Problem with management system that relies on manual systems relies on people that make mistakes. There's no reality, no real-time visibility. There's often no clean audit trail. Instead of confidently opening up a system and showing reports, companies end up scrambling, checking files, asking staff, and hoping everything is in order. But that stress is exactly what we want to eliminate. This is where SIRAtrack comes in. Built specifically for South African security companies, not as a generic HR tool, not as a accounting software that tries to do everything, but as a purpose-built platform designed around SIRA compliance data and day-to-day security operations. With SIRAtrack, you're no longer juggling spreadsheets, paper files, and disconnected systems. One place where compliance data, guard information, and operational records are always up to date. Everything works together. Guard management, compliance certificates, rostering and scheduling, time and attendance, and even payroll systems and firearm management is quite important. Instead of switching to different systems, everything lives in one place, designed to support all security companies and how they should actually operate. Let's talk about compliance. SIRA has 7 different certificate types and verifies information through the SIRA API. That means you're no longer relying on outdated documents or questionable data. You're working with legitimate verified information at all times. And one of the biggest, most advantages of SIRAtrack's proactive alerts, you're verified 60 days before certificates expire, and then again at 30 days, 14 days, and then finally at 7 days. This gives you plenty of time to take action without last-minute panicking and any rushes. Each person has a centralized digital profile, and you can see who is compliant, who is expiring soon, and who needs attention. All documented history, compliance data is stored all in one place. No digging through files and emails. Rostering becomes more structured and more predictable. You can manage multiple sites, reuse shift templates, track guard availabilities. Time and attendance is handled through clockings with GPS geofencing and guards that clock in and out from their phones from the correct locations. This removes guesswork and any corrections and gives you accurate data at any time. Guards also benefit from the platform. They can view their shifts, access their certificates, and clock in directly from their phones. This creates transparency and reduces confusion. especially across multiple sites. And safety is critical in this industry. And ZeroTrack includes digital reporting and an SOS feature, which things are logged and logged properly. Everything is recorded and audit ready, and gives you peace of mind. Payroll becomes refined and easy. Simple steps like UAF, SDL calculations, and leave management. Everything is handled systematically. This platform reduces hours, saves time, and is always audit ready. Okay, right, guys. Next, I'm going to show you the videos. The first video is the explainer video of the ZeroTrack, and the second half would be we're actually going to dive directly into the platform. We will log in, we will see the dashboard, we will see all the features that it can give you, and then what they all do. It will be short, just a quick rundown, and this will give you a better insight of what the actual platform is about and what it can do for you. Okay, right, let's go.
All right, let's talk about something real. We're diving into a tool that promises to bring some serious order to the chaos of running a security company. We're going to look at how you can go from constantly putting out fires to actually being in command. So if you're in the security business, does this hit close to home? You're juggling everything, right? One minute you're wading through compliance rules, the next you're dealing with HR drama, and then suddenly you're neck deep in operations. It's a huge juggling act, and let's be honest, it's super easy to drop a ball or two. And for a lot of folks, it doesn't even feel like a job, does it? It's more like trying to find your way through this crazy, complex maze. Every single turn, there's a new challenge, another stack of papers, another rule you have to remember. Man, it's demanding. And here's the kicker. These aren't separate problems, they're all connected. That constant stress about compliance, it's because of the mountains of paperwork. Trying to figure out staffing and schedules, that gets 100 times harder when you have no idea who has what piece of equipment. It's like this tangled web that just sucks up all your time and energy. But what if? What if there was a better way to handle it all? A way to actually get through that maze without hitting a dead end? Well, that's exactly what we're about to get into. And that brings us to PSIR Track. Now, this isn't just another app or another piece of software. The whole idea here is that it acts like the central command center, the brains of your entire security operation. So what exactly is it? Well, PSIRA Track is what you'd call a unified platform. It's designed specifically for security companies, and it pulls everything together. Compliance, and for anyone who doesn't know, PSIRA is the big regulatory body, the Private Security Industry Regulatory Authority. So it handles that, plus your day-to-day management, all your HR stuff, and even tracking your equipment. The goal? To have one single place where all the information lives and breathes. And this really breaks it down visually. You've got these 4 core parts of the business: compliance, management, HR, and equipment. And they're all brought under one roof. Think about it. No more jumping between 10 different spreadsheets and a handful of clunky software programs. Everything's in one spot. Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. This whole system isn't just for you in the office. It actually puts power right into the pockets of your guards on the ground with their own mobile app. Just imagine a guard's day with this. They can sign in and out of their shift securely right from their phone. No more timesheets. Need to request leave or maybe swap a shift? They can do it in the app. They can even check their pay slips instantly. This is a huge time saver for you, and it gives them a lot more control. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, giving guards that much access? What about privacy? And that's a great question. The system is built for this. As you can see, they will only have access to their own profiles. That's it. So their info is secure, and so is the company's. Let's just stop for a second and really look at this comparison, because it's huge. You've got the old way, a nightmare of paperwork, constant phone calls, systems that are totally disconnected. And then there's the PSIRA Track way. It's digital, it's automated, it's all in one place. I mean, the difference isn't just small, it's night and day. So if this sounds like something that could actually make a difference for you, there's a pretty cool way to see it for yourself. They're offering a 14-day free trial. And it's a real free trial. No commitment, you don't even have to put in a credit card. It's just a straight-up chance to get in there and see if it actually works for your business. And on top of that, there's something special for the first 100 companies that decide to subscribe. It's an exclusive offer because they're looking to build a core group of users who can really help them make the platform even better. They're calling this group meta testers. Basically, you get a special discount, and in return, you give your honest feedback and ideas. So you're not just a customer, you actually get a say in how the whole thing evolves. Pretty cool, right? And don't worry about being locked into a one-size-fits-all plan. They have different options, whether you're a small team just starting out or a big enterprise operation. The whole idea is that it can grow right along with your company. So, there you have it. It's a chance to get your operations under control and even help build the tool you'll be using. The first step? Become a meta tester. Go start that free trial. It's super simple. Just head over to siretrack.co.za.
Okay, so let's take a quick look at the actual digital platform, just to give you a better understanding. PSIRA brings together guard management, compliance, attendance, firearms control, fleet tracking, and reporting, all in one secure, cloud-based system. With PSIRA, security companies can manage guards, certificates, rostering, payroll, firearms, equipment, and operational data from a single platform. Automated alerts help reduce compliance risks, prevent expired registrations, and protect your business from costly penalties. Access the platform securely through the PSIRA login portal. Role-based access ensures that administrators, supervisors, and guards only see what they are authorized to manage. Once logged in, the dashboard provides a real-time overview of your entire operation. Compliance status, guard activity, alerts, and system notifications are displayed in one central workspace, enabling faster, better-informed decisions. The Security Guards module allows you to manage your complete guard workforce with ease. Store personal information, PSIRA registration details, certificates, and employment records in a structured, searchable system. New guards can be added, updated, and activated in seconds. PSIRA provides full digital control over firearms and ammunition management. Firearm checkouts, ammunition issuance, and returns are recorded electronically, ensuring full traceability and compliance with legal requirements. Every transaction is linked to both the guard and the supervising officer. The ammunition return process follows a guided workflow. Quantities issued and returned are recorded, verified by supervisors, and stored securely, creating a complete audit trail for inspections and investigations. The Live Shift Monitor provides real-time visibility into guard attendance across all sites. Instantly identify guards who are on duty, late, absent, or at risk, allowing supervisors to respond immediately. Geofencing enables you to define virtual site boundaries using GPS coordinates. Guard movements are automatically monitored against these boundaries, helping prevent time fraud and unauthorized site activity. All time and attendance data is captured digitally and stored securely. This ensures accurate records for payroll processing, compliance reporting, and operational accountability. Payroll reports are generated directly from verified attendance and shift data. Reports can be reviewed, downloaded, or exported, reducing manual errors and significantly shortening payroll processing time. The Fleet Management module allows you to manage vehicles, licenses, insurance, maintenance schedules, and guard assignments. Vehicle compliance and availability are tracked from one central location. PSIRA supports bulk data imports for guards, vehicles, equipment, and payroll records. This allows for a smooth transition from legacy systems with minimal operational disruption. Automated alerts notify you of expiring certificates, compliance risks, and operational issues. Notifications are delivered via email and in-app alerts to ensure nothing is missed. System settings allow you to customize. User permissions, access levels, and organizational preferences. This ensures data security, accountability, and controlled system usage. PSIRA simplifies security operations, strengthens compliance, and improves operational visibility. Built for the realities of South African security companies, PSIRA keeps your business compliant, efficient, and in control.
Okay, right. Next, we will discuss the big issue you're all concerned about, the new proposed firearm regulations in discussions for 2026, as well as the stricter PSIRA compliance requirements that could change and adapt. Next, I'm going to show you another short video with regards to the firearm regulations, and then we will continue the conversation from there.
The big issue you are all concerned about, the new proposed firearm regulations in discussions for 2026 and stricter PSIRA compliance requirements that could change and adapt. If you're a security company owner, director, compliance officer, or operations manager in South Africa, today's discussion is especially important. I want to start with a question, not to alarm anyone, but to encourage preparation. How confident are you that your company is ready for the regulatory environment that may exist by 2026? Not just operationally, not just financially, but from a compliance and legal readiness perspective. Because right now, the private security industry is facing proposed regulatory changes that could materially affect how companies operate. Today, we'll cover 3 key areas. First, drafted firearm-related regulatory amendments that have been published for public comment and are currently under review. Secondly, what these proposals could mean for private security companies if adopted in their current or amended form. And thirdly, how companies can practically prepare regardless of the final outcome by strengthening compliance systems and visibility. Before we continue, it's critical to clarify this. What we are discussing today includes draft regulations and proposals, not final law. These drafts were published for public comment in March 2025, and the consultation process has closed. The final regulations have not yet been promulgated, and elements may still change. This conversation is about preparedness, not panic. In March 2025, the Minister of Police published draft amendments to regulations affecting the private security industry. These proposed changes have attracted significant attention because they deal with firearms, operational controls, and compliance oversight. Industry bodies, security companies, and civil organizations have since raised concerns and submitted objections during the public participation process. This tells us one thing clearly: meaningful regulatory change is being considered. According to published draft materials and industry summaries, the proposals include possible restrictions on how firearms, particularly semi-automatic rifles, may be issued and used within private security operations. Draft commentary has suggested that certain high-risk operational categories may receive more defined authorization, while others may face stricter justification requirements. It's important to emphasize, these are proposed frameworks. Not all operational categories have been definitively approved or excluded. Final wording will determine actual legal impact.
Okay guys, let's continue this discussion of the firearm and compliance regulations. The other elements referenced in draft discussions and industry analysis include stronger conditions around the firearm issuance during investigations, the expanded risk assessment requirements for firearms used in public spaces, and the ongoing medical and psychometric or fitness evaluations for armed officers, as well as the greater accountability and traceability of the firearms and possible controls around the ammunition quantities. Again, these items reflect draft considerations and are not confirmed enforcement rules. South Africa's private security industry is substantial, and with over 580,000 registered security officers, it's an industry value estimated in tens and billions of rands, and it's a sector that plays a critical role in the public and private safety. Any regulatory change, even well intended, can have a wide operational consequences if companies are unprepared. That's why the proactive compliance planning matters. PSIRA remains the statutory regulator under the Private Security Industry Regulation Act. What is clear, regardless of the new regulations, is that compliance expectations are increasing, the digital reporting and traceability are all becoming more important. The documentation accuracy is crucial, and companies are expected to demonstrate active compliance management, not reactive fixes. Whether enforcement becomes stricter through staffing, through systems, or audits will depend on the future implementation, but the direction is unmistakably towards greater oversight. Even under existing law, non-compliance can already result in administrative penalties, suspensions or withdrawals of registration, criminal liability for directors in serious cases. The loss of client contracts due to failed audits. Often the biggest losses become not from fines, but from reputational and contractual damage. Regardless of how final regulations are written, certain preparation steps are universally beneficial. Centralized compliance tracking, accurate, up-to-date officer records, clear operational audit trails, immediate visibility during inspections or client audits. These are no longer nice-to-have systems. They are becoming baseline expectations. Well, this is where the CIRA fits in. The CIRA is designed to help security companies maintain compliance visibility, reduce the administrative risks, prepare for audits and inspections, and respond confidently to regulatory changes. It's not about predicting legislation. It's about being ready for it. The message today is not fear, it's readiness. Draft regulations may evolve, timelines may shift, and details may change. The companies that invest early in the compliance systems, the documentation accuracy, and the potential transparency will be far better positioned no matter what the final regulatory outcome is. As we conclude today's webinar, we've explored two critical areas shaping the future of the security industry. The upcoming proposed firearm regulatory amendments for 2026 and the increasing strict and evolving CIRA compliance requirements. These changes are not just regulatory updates, they represent a shift in how security and protection services must operate, document, and remain accountable. In a landscape that is becoming more regulated and compliance-driven, staying ahead is no longer an option. It is essential. And this is exactly why we've developed the CIRAtrack.co.za, the digital platform that was designed specifically and to simplify compliance, streamline administration, and protect your security business from unnecessary risk. It equips your company with the tools needed to adapt, remain compliant, and operate efficiently in the industry that is consistently evolving. By investing in and joining CIRAtrack, you're not only just adopting the system, you're adopting and strengthening the foundations of your security and the protection services businesses for your future. Thank you for taking the time to attend the webinar, and we truly appreciate your commitment to staying informed and being proactive. We look forward to welcoming you onto the platform and pertaining with you as you utilize CIRAtrack in the best interests of your company. Should anyone have any questions or require any additional information, please email us on daniel@CIRAtrack.co.za, and we will be happy to answer all your questions as swiftly as possible. Thank you all, and remember, stay compliant, stay prepared, and stay ahead. Goodbye.